All right, friends, there's no better day to do what you were going to do yesterday than to do it tomorrow. So that's what we're going to do now, right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, Brownstown IN. This here little 550 of mine is a peach. I just love the thing. It's so handy. It's used quite often, as you can see by the shininess where I keep getting on and off of it. I mean, it gets used a lot. However, it decided to not play nice for me just because I took it on a ride. I loaded it on the trailer and tried to take it to a, well, when we bought some stuff at an auction and I needed help loading. And when I got there, it decided it didn't want to run anymore, much to my dismay. So I, like anyone, would assume it was a fuel problem because it got agitated on the trailer. And you will recall in past video, we tried to rebuild it. We didn't have a new carburetor kit, but we used the one we had again and just cooked the two halves, and it's still not right. So we're going to try our next step of replacing the points and condenser because they don't look great, and it's very possible that maybe that's our issue. This little thing is just too handy not to have running, so we have to get it. Oh, this feels like when we worked on the Super 55 just a day ago, huh? See how crusty that is? It's like moisture got in there, and that's not doing it any favors. That's what makes me think there probably is some merit to what we're about to do, friends. And if I recall, actually, I'm wondering if that has, well, I don't think it has something to do with it. This is actually like one long bolt that's got a nut on both ends. And it goes through a couple isolator blocks here so that it doesn't ground out, you know, and it holds it nice. And I'm wondering if there's any way that that's causing a problem, that it's too long and it's arcing out to the bottom. This is so dirty, I almost want to take the whole plate out of the thing. I don't know. Let's not put the horse before the chariot, or whatever the saying is. Let's just try to get our stuff out. I should have brought the screw starters out here. They're both in the basement, you know. But there's other things you could use them for too, not just carburetors. Couldn't use it on this. Good gravy! I hope that was the feeling of it coming loose and not the feeling of it stripping out. This is not the screwdriver to have, I guess, to get that out of there. I don't know why. I guess it's just a coincidence maybe that if this fixes it, it was just a coincidence that it quit riding on the trailer. Maybe, you know, because it looks to me like a moisture damage situation. But what do I know? Come on out of there. Oh, this is so difficult there. Oh, that's nasty in there. We should probably clean that up better. You can see it, they've been burning. They're kind of corroded. A guy could probably sand them up and use them again, but we got new ones. We're gonna go with that. But we first need to decide what we want to do here. Because of the closeness of everything, I can't really get that out without pulling the distributor out, and I really don't want to do that. I could get a rag and spray it with brake clean and try to wipe it out and get all the dust to stick to it. I mean, you kind of need this plate to be somewhat clean to get a ground off of it, but let me go get some stuff, because we got to clean this a little bit. I can't in good conscience put new points on that dirty plate. That's just not kosher. Okay. Yeah, that's working pretty good. Oh boy. My paper towel is leaving the chat. It's disintegrating pretty quick. Sure. Also, do we know if the weights are working correctly? No. I'm gonna try something though. I'm just gonna squirt some magical zip down in there. Will that hurt? Maybe. At this point, what difference does it make? We'll let it chew on that, you know? That might make her go. Now, I usually get my points at the old Napa store, but I've had a lot of struggle bus with that lately, friends. And the reason is, let me get the piece that's the problem. The ones that come used to have a secondary backup spring that went on them, but now they changed the points and they make them more like this, but they don't give you the right thing for that. And I don't know, it just to me seems like this isn't going to hold up, but this is a set that I got from whatchamacallers, the Boomgar store. So we're going to try that and see what happens. But firstly, I guess let's try to get this put in there. These can be such a trick to get done because you just don't have a lot of room down in there. You just don't. Oh, baloney. And if you're gonna say screw starter, yeah, kinda, but that's not the finish all for this one, because it's kinda hard to get in there. And I don't know that the screw starter would hold together enough. Maybe it would do better. Come on. Come on. I might not be anywhere lined up close. It should be right in that neighborhood there. That's a nice neighborhood. I could use the old bracket that was in there, but it's so nasty looking. I thought I'd go with the nice shiny new. Come on, baby doll. Is that gonna hold? Possible. We may very well have to sand these before they work. Sometimes you do. The brand new points still have a corrody film on them. And of course, I didn't bring the little emery board with me. I set it aside when I was working on that carburetor because I knew we'd need it for this, and it's in the box with the old carburetor that I had the other day. Okay, we can see that's not right. We need to get this all the way down. We need to get this all the way down. Or is this one not gonna go? I've had that problem before too, where some of them don't go down on there. So dumb. Come on off of there. Let's get that off of there. Come on, baby. Well, this is a potential issue. I hate to just hammer it home. I got another set of points, but I don't know if that's going to be any better. To me, it seems like it needs to go down more to be on the... It's not going down on that brass pin all the way. Did they make it not very good? I think they made it off center, and it's not going to let us get away with that. Now you should go down there. There. Boy, that, I'm not saying that's perfect, but it's, well, it's actually not perfect, is it? Because what's going to happen is you're not understanding why I'm fretting over this. If I tighten this down, it's going to pull the contacts out of alignment, and they're going to sit actually off center, and then that won't be good. So, but the way this is made, it's very difficult to get anything accomplished here. Okay, friends, it's not perfect. I'm not really a fan, but when I close this, it's going to open that more. Yep. Ask me how I know. So I actually need to close it harder. And then turn this down. That's pretty good. Really, I just usually set them by eye. That upsets people when I do that. I'm not happy with it, to be honest with you. I really think that it's gonna be misaligned and it's not gonna play nice, but you know, let's continue on our way. All we can do is try it. It'll either be wrong or very wrong, because we know it ain't gonna be right. Alright, let's tighten this. This would need to go on the ground. You want to drop the wrench on the ground. That's an important step one. Cut off your air supply, bending down to pick it up. Step 2. Step 3, tighten this up, twist this off. Step 4, accidentally arc across the battery and start a huge fire. Step 5, collect insurance check and enjoy. There we go. Now, just as I predicted, what it's going to do is it's going to be misaligned. I don't like that at all, but it doesn't look like there's anything I'm going to do about it. I can't do that though, can I? I can't crank on this one because of that stupid safety switch. Safety! Let's have faith. Let's have faith and we'll put it together and we'll try it and we'll see if it runs. If it runs and it runs better, we're done. Successful. If it runs, but not better, then we didn't fix the problem. And if it doesn't run at all, then we're about where I thought we would be, where something's not right. Okay, come on, baby. 1, 2. Okay, let's turn this on. This will probably drive the bovines nuts. For some reason, they equate this little tractor with food. When they hear it run, or when they hear a 16 size tractor run, that's food. So that's on. Let's arc the battery across the hood. Remember that fun time last year when we broke the spindle and it sat forever before we got that fixed? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Preliminary findings look good. Still not right. I think it is a fuel problem. Well, that's weird that it won't idle. I think it's... Come on, baby. Let's get it down to idling territory. Let's get a screwdriver, see if we can make it more better. That's too much. Okay. Boy, that was a lot. Maybe. Let's... Ah, dang it. Hate it that I'm clumsy. Half. 1. Half. Let's try to start it now. Just sit there. Better than it was. I don't know if I'm 100% satisfied, but it's still got a little bit of a still got a hiccup in it for some reason, but it runs without the choke now. Yeah, I don't know. can't you just let me love you? Why do you have to fight? You know? I'm trying to help you. It's just one of those deals. I think that the point was not the fully contributing factor to this. It may be that the quality of our gasoline is not great, as it looks like we have 2 sedimentary layers there for some reason. So our homework is probably not done yet. Now, I don't know what I want to do next. I mean, rebuild the carburetor properly, I would say. This is one of those problems that it's not consistent, so it's kind of a puzzle, because if it had a consistent miss, you know, you could start looking at stuff like spark plugs and individual wires, but it does run smooth perfectly at different times. It just acts goofy. I had thoughts maybe I need to slap a different coil in it and see if that got it, you know, because this one might have got drowned with gasoline or something, you know. And actually, is that really super hot? If that coil is super hot, that would potentially point me in that direction. I actually have another coil. We could swap it out and see if that makes any difference at all, just because it's got that weird sputtering problem, and I can't get that out of it adjusting the carburetor. And you would think that I could make it better or worse, and I think that I do for a second, but then the next second it starts in again the same way. So I don't know. I hate to just go swapping pieces, but I can use this one on something else if we know it's good. That's the luxury of having multiple things, see? You can just swap. So that's probably 3/8 on this one, which is unusual because most of them now are not. Let me go grab another one of these coils and we'll swap it out. All right, shorter running to the house. This is the cheaper line one, but it's the same thing, just cheaper line. It's what's on the Super 55, so I think this is probably just loose in here, because that's another beef I got with coils nowadays. They don't fit in the brackets very good. So why can't they make a coil that goes in those brackets good? Or at least make a bracket I could use to go in the coil. You like how I'm inappropriately using the red pliers for this task, even though it would be so much quicker probably to grab the right wrench. Okay, I doubt this is gonna fix it, but I got one. Why not try it? Stranger things have happened. People always ask how to hook these up. Whatever your ground is the one that goes to your points. So this one's set up as negative ground, so the negative one goes. Oh no, I did that wrong, didn't I? Okay, I gotta do it backwards. This tractor is positive ground. I should have paid attention to my own instructions. Luckily, I have not started it yet. I don't know that that would make much difference, but it probably would mess with it. But I need to flip-flop this coil around, so that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, that other coil felt kind of hot, like more than what I thought it should have been at this point, but that might just be me grasping for straws at this point. I just think it's so bizarre that the thing was fine until I took it on a field trip. I think that fixed it. I might actually need to retune the carburetor now. That's a lot better. Well, how about that, friends? That fixed it. So, it was a combination of problems. The carburetor was indeed dirty and not well. The points were not the best, but the real culprit was the coil. Now it runs good across all the RPM ranges. It needs a little bit of adjusting on the carburetor again now, just because I was really trying to get it to run and messed with a bunch of stuff, but this is night and day better than it was. I think our idle circuit needs a little more cleaning. That's idling very good now. All I had to do is talk bad about it, and then it fixed it. Never mind, everything I said is wrong. Didn't fix it. It's right back to what it was doing a second ago. It's weird that it immediately would work, you know, after changing that one part, but then now it's back to its tricks. I'm about over it though, so we'll just walk away and pretend it's fine, because it does run and drive. And we'll take that carburetor off another day, and we'll clean it up with a good kit, and we'll, you know, make it more better-ish. I don't know. But we should be in good shape as far as ignition system goes, because all of that's new now, for the most part. I don't know. I'm just very, very bum-fuzzled on this one. I mean, we didn't hurt it with anything we did. It's just that we don't have to replace parts if they're not bad. But nowadays, you never know, because our parts are so pathetic that that could be the problem. It's just, it's so frustrating that it was fine. It was fine, it was running fine, it was doing the thing, until I loaded it up on a trailer and tried to take it with me. And they always say you can't take it with you. Well, they were right. Because why? Why doesn't it want to run? Maybe it's getting too much fuel in the carburetor, and the float's bad, you know? See, right now the fuel's off. It's not perfect, but it's running without the choke, which it wouldn't do that before. Well, enough fun times on this. Oh, so yeah, it's got some... Quit that. Stop. I know you want to run now. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. We'll come back to this another time. I get so, like, I don't know. There's no reason that shouldn't work. We've been all through it. I guess we'll go through it again, you know? We didn't hurt it. Like I said, it was due for that set of points that was in it was kind of garbage. The only thing we did to it that it probably didn't need is the coil. I thought it was, but turns out it immediately started acting up again. So figure that one out. But whatever, we'll come back to it. All right, so as not to round out this video with failure, I'm going to do something else to it. And I guess I wouldn't call it failure. It's better than it was. It's just not where it should be yet. And it's probably because we need to actually rebuild that carburetor correctly and not in so much of a hurry like we did. And now we actually have a kit so we can make that happen. I don't know where that came from, but okay. I took delivery in the mail. Well, of this. I had this one. I don't know how I ended up with an odd number of them, but we better make sure that this will actually fit underneath here, like the pins are gonna do the thing. And maybe this tractor, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this does not take these. Maybe it's only the Super 55. Because I don't see what, and I bet that's it. I bet it doesn't matter what you use on this one, unless I'm missing something here. Well, that other, I can see the other side here. It has a flat spot there. Okay, what's wrong with this side that it doesn't want to play ball? It's supposed to have a flat spot in there. Okay, maybe it does. I just wasn't holding my mouth right, I guess. Yeah, that'll work. I don't think that'll come out of there. You gotta roll it up this way to get it out. Yeah, okay. I don't even know if you could see that, what we were doing, but I guess you could. So, over there you can see better what's going on. That hole actually has a flat thing, a flat plate welded behind it. You see that? And then that corresponds with this pin that's got the flat piece cut off of the head of it. And those are the holes that you use to mount the drawbar, the swinging drawbar, I should say. And then it goes up. It's got braces that go up, and they capture in, like in here, with a more appropriate pin than that bolt. But such is life. So, what's different about these? Well, we can come over here and look at the Super 55, which is sitting right over here. There it is on the machine. There it is with the pins in it. So the 550 has a different bracket underneath to make this work. You can also see that how tight it is with the 3-point arms when you have the swinging drawbar on. You can live with it. I can anyway. I mean, sometimes if you're not watching what you're doing, the arms will hit the bolt head on the way down and then it won't go down. My 3-point arms on this tractor are pathetic. Obviously someone's broken them before and reinforced them, but such is life, friends. Let me just go in here because I got an extra one. Again, how did I get that? This is the bracket for a Super 55, because I guess they hadn't thought ahead yet about swinging drawbar maybe at first. This one's actually bent a little. I should just go put this somewhere else instead of in the toolbox, but they bolt to a couple of the bolts that do the axle, and then that gives you your deal here, just like the other thing where you put your pin in. It's got a flat side to it. You're supposed to be able to pull it around. It's not going to play nice because I want it to, and I'm trying to work one-handed here. But if it wasn't all sprung out like this one is, you'd push the pin in and then it would go, this plate would actually spin in that slot and the pin would hang down, you know, the pin would hang like that in the resting position and then it wouldn't pull out. But on the 550, they went to a cradle thing underneath there. More like, oh, I don't know, it's kind of like on this power traction hitch on the 770s and 880s, where it bolts up underneath the thing and then it gives you your bracketry to do all that. So anyway, that's the difference between the two. The drawbar is the same. It's just the way it mounts is different. There you can see the two braces coming up to that bottom hole. I don't know where I got this one, but obviously it was not what I wanted, so I got a different one because, or maybe I got that one and then later I found a pair because the tractor didn't have any on it, believe it or not. So this one must have never had that swinging drawbar. I see my tire is going all calcium on me, but that's okay. We'll air that up. And I see a lug bolt that never got put where that belongs, so that's awesome. But anywho, here is the drawbar that we got from the auction, and I think we'll clean this up and paint it and then put it on, just because wouldn't it be prettier if it was all painted, and it's kind of rusty and scaly. Also, I noticed before we do that, we should probably hammer that corner back because it looks like it's out a little bit, and this is actually kind of loosey-goosey on there, but that's okay. We probably also want to get those bolts out of there and replace them with some kind of pin. And then I don't know what the other two bolts were for, what somebody had going on there, that they obviously stuck those in there to save them, and I'm not sure. I wonder if they wouldn't have had it for the top because it wouldn't have been long enough. I bet he used those two bolts to mount it under the tractor because he didn't have the pins anymore. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? All right, well, we're gonna get this apart, I suppose. And then we're gonna clean it up and paint it. I'm just debating on how much stuff needs to be straightened. It kind of looks like that one upright is bent, but that corner's definitely bent, so we need to get that hammered home, and then we can meadow greenify all this stuff and put it on there, just so that we, you know, have us something, and then we can say we had some success on this video. And then we'll have the drawbar meadow green and our one knee that we had to replace last year when we broke all that off. Then we can power wash it someday and strip all the scum off, and you know, maybe we can make this one prettier. It deserves it. It gets used so much. It should be cleaned up a little, you know. Maybe then it would decide to run better because it'd be in a better mood. So I'm going to take that apart and I'll bring you back when we're ready to go together. All right, friends. I got her stripped down this far, but unfortunately, those are both square-headed affairs, and one of them's a carriage bolt. So we're going to have to use the liquid wrench. And we're going to... I was going to try to save it, but I don't know why. I mean, I don't want to get into the actual drawbar though with the torch, so we'll see about that. I also want to heat that pin so I can maybe get that knocked out of there. We'll just see what happens and how angry I get, and that will determine how we move forward. Boy, technical difficulties here. We'll give this a little heat cycle there, and maybe it'll come out after a while. I need to turn up my torch though. I got it. Ah, that's what I was afraid of. Trying to do stuff one-handed. All right, let's check our work here. Last night I went ahead and painted this. I think it turned out pretty good, but it's only on one side, so we got to flip it all over and try to give it a coat. People always ask what paint do I use. This paint is Van Sickle paint, which the color is fine, but this stuff I used it for years, way back when, because the Big Blue Farm Store sold it, and the colors are accurate, but I had a lot of trouble with like sun fading and stuff like that. Maybe that's just a fluke. Maybe they made it a little better. It smells the same, but The biggest issue I have with it is it seems like if you paint over it, it eventually, like sometimes it'll start to like bubble up through it and it'll have like a million tiny little bubbles. Now, does that affect the final finish? Sometimes it does, but I'll show you something that I used it on and it turned out good, and that's this toolbox lid. I mean, that's about, it's dusty now because it was several days ago, but that's about as good as you could expect from a rattle can finish. So I guess use it at your discretion. Unfortunately, Rust-Oleum is not making it anymore. I loved the Rust-Oleum. That was the best paint that I ever had. I mean, you could paint parts and stuff with it. It just was wonderful, but 'twas not to be, I guess. Thanks, virus that ruined the world, because that took away our good paint. So I'm going to flip that over too and then paint all this again, even though now that immediately I want to do that, the wind picks up and it's not able to be painting, but that's how life works. But I think if we get this done, it won't take too long to dry, and we can put her on the back of the old 550 here, and then we can have a video where at least one thing went right. So yeah, well, I'll make that happen and I'll bring you back in a little bit. All right, I think our stuff is probably dry enough to play with, he says, as he finds out it's not. Probably. No, it'll be fine. But I forgot about something else that we gotta make more better before we get started, and that is this 1/2-inch bolt that somebody has put in there. Yep, let's use all the inappropriate tools so that we make everybody upset. Vice grip on one end. Red pliers. Now, typically, like I said before, their idea was that you probably wouldn't use the swinging drawbar and the 3-point hitch at the same time, but it is in fact possible. I've done it on that other one. We just gotta put this together. Let's make sure this is gonna work. I got this fancy little pin. I'm gonna hang these things in there first. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Probably going to prove to be in our way, this top link, but that actually is very Fiat-esque, this top link. I wonder if that's really a 550 factory top link, or if that really came with a Fiat. It's got the Fiat style spring clip on it. Doesn't matter. I don't know that it's even free anymore, but whatever. So if we put it there, it'll crack us right in the skull. So let's do that first. Now what I'll do is I'll hang that other thing under there, and then I'll put my new bolts in. I got new bolts. I thought, hey, if we're cleaning it up, why not make it pretty? We'll see how good a job I did on straightening the stuff that was bent. Oh yeah. Come on, come on, get up in there. Get up in there now. Okay, that ain't gonna work. Struggle bus, friends. Struggle bus. Okay. Can't win them all. Get in there. Come on. So close. Come on, so close. Oh. Okay. Half is in there. Now, get up in there. Did I really need to bring a hammer to do this? That's stupid. It's so close. There. Get in there. Hey, there we go. All right. That was a fun struggle. Let's see if we can get this. Maybe I should, well, no. I'm talking out loud again, thinking out loud. Let's see here. We want it kind of level. Should we just put it in the third? Let's hang it first, and then we'll decide if we like that. We might even get that other piece put in, because I'm questioning whether I can get I may have to take these loose again to get my pin. Ooh. To get my pin started in that part. Is there enough room? Maybe there is. It's close. I think it needs to actually go up one more hole, maybe. I don't know. Let me go get the... Well, I can get the stuff to tighten this too, because I didn't bring that. Because I'm not too smart, friends. Sometimes I get so excited, I just don't do all the stuff and things. But the top part is working great. I managed to get these straightened out more by putting them in the drawbar of another tractor and putting a piece of pipe on them and bending them into submission. So, sure. I'll go grab more stuff and I'll bring you back. All right. Are you in a visible state there where you can see? Sure. Kinda. I want to see if I can get my pin in there. I think I can. Nope, I can't. Okay. Let's let this down. This is why we do things. Okay. Get in there. Now we can pick this up again. I looked at the Super 55 and I do have it in the middle set of holes on that one. So that's cool. I'm just now realizing though, I bet I can't get, well, Canute. I bet I can't get the impact in there to tighten that up. And I really don't feel like doing that by hand. Okay. Let's see if we can get that by hand or by... Will that fit in there? Good deal. Put that out of the way. Awesome. There's one more thing to do. We got to put that little clip in it, which I had laying here and then immediately dropped. And we need the red pliers, which are up in the seat. There we go. Can you see? Doesn't really matter. It's not that important. Let's put that in there. Can I get this bent around? I don't know. I should have done it vertically, I guess. Come on. You're gonna make me go get more stuff. That's kind of dumb. If you won't play nice. You won't play nice. Wonder if I can hold it with this and take this wrench. Nope. It's gonna make me struggle. See if I can get it with this. Now come on. There. There we go. That ain't coming out of there. No. All right, friends. The only thing left to do is to find a couple of pins to go to keep it from swinging side to side. A couple long 1/2-inch bolts would do the trick. But there we have it. Auction find drawbar. And now the tractor looks complete. I want to say, I think I gave $170 for the drawbar. I looked at the receipt. And I probably spent $12 on hardware for it just now. And, well, and then I bought that other pin, special pin for it. So that was another like 40 bucks. But it's complete, painted, mounted on the tractor for around $200 and some dollars, like $210, let's say. And there's one on electronic bay right now that's missing the 2 upright pieces, which are unique to these. And they want $300 for just the bottom part. No pins, nothing. So I don't think I did too bad, even though, you know, if that other guy hadn't been there, I could have probably got it real cheap. But that's life. I'm okay with that. A couple $100 for something like that. That's making it complete. And actually, this one I think is going to work better than on the Super 55, because the 3-point arms on this tractor are in excellent shape. They're not they don't have other weldings under them, and that's what the problem is on that one that makes it not do the thing. I need to look and see if I got another swinging drawbar to put in it, or another, you know, to hold the arms together. That's the only reason I use them, basically, is to hold the arms together from flip-flopping. I should probably come up with some kind of top link holder or something to make that do the thing. And we should probably rebuild the seat one day, although it is immaculately, it is miraculously still operating under its original condition. So that's bound to quit any day. But yeah, I think that we had a little bit of success today. Not much, but a little bit. So that made that just that much more complete. There's so much more we could tackle on this, but that is future episodes, friends. It's too handy to put it out of commission. So we're probably gonna have to, though, for, you know, that rim ain't gonna give us all a permanent, what am I trying to say? Its days are numbered. That's what I'm trying to say. Looks like we should probably do our trick to that one too, but we probably won't. We'll wait until it totally ruins it and falls apart. We should take this wheel off, and it's got weights on the inside. I don't know, it's got 2 weights on the inside, so I don't know if they were mowing ditch banks with it. And actually, as I look at that, those might be the weights for spin-out rims. So that might be worth getting them out of there, and they may end up on the other 550 whenever we get it going. So yeah, anyway, I think we're gonna leave this one here. There's no more to say. We got it running a little better, but it's still not perfect. We need to do a better job on an actual carburetor rebuilding, and then we'll see what that does for it. But until next time, friends, we're gonna leave this one here. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Do you suffer from low intelligence and are easily entertained? Well, then hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. And that way we can keep making entertainment that your feeble minds can understand. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.